Of course, I told you I like the Todd. And I'm not going to let Bobby Glenn outdo me. So I'm going to tell you about my own turkey story. Bobby Glenn, let's sit down here in these rockers here. Well, I'm going to get excited because I'm very like it was yesterday. About 15 years ago, me and my buddy Don Head, stand up right there, Don Head, right there. He's been an outlaw most of his life, but he's trying to get back in where he needs to be. We just ate breakfast, and we had a good breakfast, and we walked out the cabin. I said we walked out the cabin. Now back then, I wasn't as good looking as I am now. But we hurried down this logging road. When we got about halfway down the logging road, off in the distance, I heard this owl hoot. Well, we heard that bird gobbling. So we got set up as quick as we could.
Then what happened?
Well, as we were sitting there, Don leaned over to us, said, man, this bird's hot. He sounds like a big fat one, is what he sounds like. Don said, let out some soft tree yelps and see what happens. Boy, we knew we had him fired up.
Are you lying, Curt?
No, that's the truth. Next thing, Don whispered to me, he said he had one of them new Pat McClure calls and he was going to pull it out and try it. He said, I'm going to put some soft purrs and yelps on him. Right then, that bird pitched off right then. He flew right down close to us. We could tell right then that was the biggest, baddest, ugliest bird we'd ever seen, probably a state record. He started strutting back and forth. I knew we had to get this bird.
Are you excited, Curt?
Man, I was excited. But you know, I was sitting there, I was sitting on a rock, and my butt got to hurting real bad. I knew I had to get up and move. So I got about halfway up, and this smart old bird, he spotted me. I stood still as long and steady as I could. But you know, these turkeys, they got great eyesight. He looked at me and I looked at him and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I stood there as still as I could and I was waiting for that bird to turn so I could get back down in position. And so I got down as fast as I could, but as soon as I got down, my gun wobbled and he spotted me again. Well, after he stared us down a little bit, he calmed back down and started gobbling.
Are you sure you're not lying?
I'm sure I'm not lying. That's the truth, Bobby Glenn. Well, that bird worked back and forth, back and forth. I knew we just about had him in, and then I heard the terrible sound that all us hunters have heard, Bobby Glenn. I heard hens off in the distance. And I could tell they were getting closer and closer. And I knew if the hens came in, that our hunt might be over because they might take my dogger out. Well, the hens really wasn't paying much attention to the fighting. But that gobbler got excited. I mean, he got tore down.
Were you really excited?
Man, I was tore down, but I didn't know what to do. These hens, though, they weren't paying him no mind, and they started moving on out of the field. I was getting real scared that we wasn't going to get this bird. So Don said to me, he said, you know, you better get that strutting decoy you got and set it up, because they're going to get plumb out of range and we're not going to be able to get him. So that's what we did. And he had one of these strutting decoys that they just had come out at that time. So they hurried as fast as they could to get it set up. You know, the decoys nowadays are a little bit lighter than they were then. Well, we hustled back and we were out of breath, and the wind picked up and this decoy started going back and forth. And I thought, man, if we could ever get that gobbler to see this, we'll get him. Don whispered in my ear and he said, man, I'm going to cut on this call and see if that bird responds. Sure enough, that bird heard it, and he come running in a jealous rage. He was going to whoop that bird. He didn't want nobody messing with his hens. He got the pecking at him. It looked like he was trying to kiss that bird. I was trying to get a shot, but the decoy was in the way, and Don said, don't shoot and mess up your new decoy. He said, wait till he clears, I'm going to make a call, and when he sticks his head up, pour the lead to him. So he hustled as fast as he could to get his call. Sure enough, that turkey stuck his head up, and I said, shoot him, shoot him. To try to calm this bird down. He just kept flopping and flopping. I didn't think he was ever going to die. But finally, he gave up the ghost.
Then what happened?
Well, the first thing we wanted to do is see how big his spurs were. But you know, that bird stunk. That's the stinkiest bird we ever killed. But he did have a good set of spurs. He looked like he might have been a 3.5, 4-year-old bird. Don said, well, check his beard out. So we both got to admiring his beard, and he started flopping a little bit again. Well, I said, you know, we need to get a picture of this bird. So we decided to hold him up to get a picture. And sure enough, if y'all look up there on the board, there's me and Don with that turkey. All right, y'all.